Revelation, Revelation, chapter 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that kept the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shah. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which died in Yahweh Shah from henceforth. Yea, say the Spirit, that they may rest from their labor, and their work do follow them. I'd like to give all prayers and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash, the Wadi Abashim Yahushua, for giving us the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who deserve double honors, rightfully so. Shalom to the Akim, pushing the word in sincerity and truth and being faith-based and being prepared for what is to come. And what is to come? Race wars, famine, concentration camps, the RFID chippers, the mark of the beast, 200 million missiles hitting the soils of America. Simultaneously, the chariots of the Lord lift up the hopeful elect into the chambers. Simultaneously, the chariots of the Lord shoot laser beams at the ungodly and the heathens. Rightfully so. Salakia. Just seeing where the Spirit guides me, and working out my salvation. Yeah, I was thinking too. I was like, wow. Reincarnation is a serious thing. No, that's serious, man. That's like so powerful to think, to know, to understand, and for how it's supposed to be. Because how is our enemies is going to be judged? The one that did these things to us back then. Because it's a serious thought, And I was like, because two scriptures I just read right before I decided to put this video on, it just dawned on me. Like, a lot of people and their children, a lot of people, different nations, whatever, all right? We're going to narrow down just our nation. When the conquistadors came to America, Columbus and them, they came over here and they raped and plumaged, devoured, destroyed women with children, babies in their stomach. There's things that's spoken about this. There's documents on top of documents. They say that Columbus didn't put his arms down. So when you touch the soil of America. And he brought criminals with him. Other Edomites, you can imagine who was on those boats. You can imagine how it was. They was grimy to each other. When we go back further, our apostles, our elders back then, Peter, John, James, they always put to death. And this is how their work follows them through these scriptures. And it's for how I learn it. It's for our learning. Our learning is to understand what we gotta do to endure to the end. Because back then they didn't see that, the kingdom. They went to the spirit world, but they didn't see that they didn't come back into the reincarnate when they got reincarnated into the new bodies. For how many times they got up to 2020, how many times they got up to now, because they have to be back. Because it said the spirit is subject to the prophet. Hold on, let me see something. Hold on. That's 14. Let me see something real fast. Lock it. This verse just came to my head. Right. Subject to the prophets. Let's see if this pops up. I just thought about this right now. Here you go. It says, it says, hold on. Salakia. It says, and the spirit of prophets are subject to the prophets. Right? The spirit of prophets is subject to the prophets. It means that what they was doing back then is that they're doing now. Right? Right. The next verse clarified, because I mean it goes to something else, but this right here is clarified. This verse clarifies it for what I'm talking about. For God is not an author of confusion. He's not. He's not going to confuse you and put some other nation to be your prophet. Oh, follow me now. I'm doing this now. No. The same prophet that was doing it back then is doing it now. That's why reincarnation is dynamic. I was just thinking about this because there's another verse that proved that how do you, for example, how do you lead somebody into captivity and you go into captivity? He that leadeth in captivity should go into captivity. Right? A lot of people was killed with swords back then. Put in put in prison, took on boats from one place to another. You know? Everybody come back in their lot. It might not be the same look, the same the same role, or maybe the same role, because kings go back into their rulership. That's why they always try to keep it in the family. You know, they always try to keep it in the family. They always try to be like, oh, we're gonna keep this breed. They call themselves blue bloods, right? Which that's incest. That's not blue blood. Sometimes they marry their sisters. No, you can't marry your closest kin, like your sister, your mama, shit like that. And you come out retarded and shit. But see, it says 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 32, and the spirit of prophets are subject to the prophets. So the prophet that was doing the stuff back then they're doing it now. That's what I mean by when their works follow. Because in the scriptures, their work is being told. Right? Let me go back to that. Their work is being told. All right? Come back to that one. It says, I think I read that. I don't know if I totally forgot. My mind just went blank. But it says Revelation chapter 14, verse 12. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that kept the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shah. Right? That's what it said. In the next verse, I was explaining this part right here. I was just thinking, because it says, and blessed. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, bless. So he writing this down. This is John writing this down. Blessed are the dead which died in Yahweh Shah. From henceforth, ye say the spirit, right? The spirit of the book, the spirit of Yahweh Shah. Right? This is written down. These words are saying it. Right? Yea, to save the spirit, that they may rest from their labor. Yeah, they back then too. Because it had to be prophets over here in America, man. It had to be. It had to be people that was telling us, see, this is going to happen because you don't want to listen. These people are coming, and they ain't want to listen to those. It had to be the spirit of Hananiah, had to be over here, the spirit of Jeremiah, and there had to be men like that. Because the Lord's not going to just put prophets just among the 3 tribes. It had to be prophets among the other 9 tribes too. It had to be. They had to be over here. I remember one time when I first got into the truth, I remember when I first started learning this, and it was a movie I seen about this side when the Indians was being about to be invaded by the it was before I saw Apocalypto when they had made that movie, Mel Gibson, and I seen this part and it made sense. Like, I was absorbing it because my brain was coming out of this world. You trying to wash your brain of the madness, cleanse it with some righteousness, and I seen this part. I can't remember. I've been looking for that movie for a while too, just to clarify it. But our native brothers, they was over here, and it was a man. It was a man. He was a prophet. He wasn't just a man. He was a prophet, and he was telling the people over here, the native brothers and sisters that was over here that wasn't doing the right thing. Listen, he mentioned and now they call him Quetzalcoatl. But he was saying, "Oh, the Lord is coming back." They were saying it was just, you just had to see it. I can't remember how it went, but I remember him being a prophet, and it dawned on me right now just to think of that. And even back then, I was like, "Man, this is dope." It had to be, they had to be talking about Yahweh Shah, because everything was clarified, like the 12 chart, the chart, all about this how in Apocrypha. And then it's all the pieces are being put together. No? And they had to be, and work had to